Hello everyone and welcome to the 2017 cocktail competition. Now this is Bacardi Legacy. This is where it's all going to happen. I'm on the stage where someone's life is going to change. So today we have 19 bartenders about to step out onto this stage to just put it all up here, leave it all on here for the judges and to represent their countries. Now how it works is really simple. The bartenders are going to jump out of this door onto this stage and they have 2 minutes to set up their area. Now this is to get their cocktail equipment ready, to get their ingredients ready, and to get themselves fully pumped up for what is about to be the most intense 7 minutes of their life. Next, they have to make 2 cocktails in 7 minutes. Everyone thinks this is a really easy thing, but trust me, I've been up here, and it really isn't. And then those drinks go over to the judges, and then it's out of their hands. They've done everything they can over the last 6 to 8 months, and it really is a life-changing experience. So stay with us. We're going to be showing you backstage. We're going to be showing you everything that's going on over the next couple of days, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. So stay tuned. Bacardi Legacy isn't just any cocktail competition, it's now become one of the biggest opportunities for bartenders around the world.
Bacardi Legacy is about coming together, creating family, being passionate about what you do, and establishing your own legacy.
If you're to win Bacardi Legacy, your life is going to change. Everyone in this industry will know who you are and they'll care about your opinion.
It's pretty special to be here for Legacy. Obviously it's a platform and a springboard into what could potentially come next.
Everyone here is amazing at what they do. They're all at the pinnacle of their game. Keep your spirit, your courage and your passion from cocktail, from life. Yes.
I've been following Bacardi Legacy for years. I mean, it started in the UK. Back home, it's massive.
But it's not just about making the drink. They're making a drink in Berlin for the Legacy, but they're making this drink all over the world.
My bar back home, the Exchequer, we've got the 2 previous Irish winners of Legacy. So I hear all their stories about how they're part of this family and they get to travel around the world, and it's such a beautiful community, and I wanted to be a part of that network and that family. Hearing their stories really encouraged me to want to be a part of this.
And that's one of the great things about Bacardi is we have this history of fantastic bartenders making fantastic drinks. They're here to be inspired. It's all those things that come together to make Bacardi Legacy something unique and really special.
Hey everyone, so I'm here with the fabulous Ruben Kay. So can you just tell, for people who don't know who you are, which I don't think there are many, who are you and what do you do?
So I'm Ruben, and I'm a performer. I work in cabaret and circus throughout Europe and Australia. And I was brought on board to Legacy about 4 years ago to talk to the bartenders about stage fright, about nerves when you come onto the Legacy stage, because it's different than, let's say, making 2 cocktails and talking to customers in a bar environment. Here you're performing not only to cameras, you're performing to an audience of up to 300, maybe sometimes 500 people, not to mention the hundreds and thousands of people who are watching through the streaming live. So the nerves that happen to a person who's not, let's say, a trained performer or a practiced performer, let's say, is a completely foreign experience and can be very overwhelming for a competitor. You get mistakes happening due to nerves, like people forgetting ingredients or physical attributions of stage fright, like shaking, shortness of breath, and they have no tactics to combat that. And also a lot of them don't have a lot of performance experience, so it's teaching them how to amplify what they do for the stage without it becoming too, look at me, I'm performing! Which, you know, no one really wants to see that in this environment.
Unless it's you.
Well, unless it's me, exactly.
So that's where it's all going to be happening there. You've been to like 3 or 4 Bacardi Legacies now, right?
Yeah.
Finals. And what are like the kind of top tips that you give to people who are going to get stage fright or who get nervous in general, I guess?
There are specific tactics to deal with nerves, because nerves, apart from a psychological process, it's a very simple physical process about fight or flight and the adrenaline system. So there are certain physical tips that I give the performers to combat that. Because once your body kind of calms down, your mind follows. Your mind's really responding to your body going mental. And then the next part about it is making sure that the competitors realize that all they have to do is make 2 drinks in 10 minutes and talk about themselves. And they do that in a bar every day. It's actually about keeping it incredibly simple and streamlined for them, so that they realize the simplicity of the task and they achieve a heightened ease. That's what I call about it. It's like everything looks simple and easy, but there's just a bit of lift to it.
So you've got a very special job over the next couple of days, because you're going to be floating around backstage giving bartenders last-minute tips and stuff like that. So, like, just in a nutshell, what are a couple of little tips that you're going to give people?
I make sure that their bodies are warmed up, for sure, because you are not allowed to do that. I make sure their bodies are warmed up because the muscles in your body need to process the adrenaline. Otherwise, they shake and they start to seize up. So it's about physical warm-up. It's a lot of the tips that I give them are also about preparation, because you can't just rehearse your piece in the bar you're going to do it in all the time. You have to rehearse and rehearse in different environments, in different physical states. So I make sure to next year and the next competitors are rehearsing their pieces and their time in completely different physical states, like jogging, walking, running, lying down, standing up, all that. And again, trying to remember why they're doing what they're doing and how simple the task is. Those are my tips.
Awesome. Cool, so we're about to kick off. Everyone's coming in now, so stay tuned. We're going to be going live, streaming everything soon, so stay tuned with us, guys, and we'll show you what's going on. Cheers. Thanks, Ruben.
My pleasure.
Hey, so we are 5 minutes away now from Bacardi Legacy kicking off. Everyone's in their seats. The competitors are backstage getting ready, and Dickie's about to kick off. So while he's doing that, follow me and I'll show you where we're going to be for the rest of the last couple of days. So I've got a little safe zone, if you want, a little friendly space for all the bartenders to come, where there isn't any. We're not going to judge them. We're not going to do anything. And we've already got the Australians. The Australians are getting very friendly in the safe zone. So basically, I'm going to be back here, and we're going to get the competitors as they come off stage, have a quick chat with us, let them know how they're feeling and everything. So stay tuned. Everything's about to kick off on stage now. So we'll look forward to seeing you soon.
We've all had that experience of having a fantastic drink, but trying to find that drink in another bar, sometimes it just doesn't happen. The Legacy Cocktail Competition challenges bartenders to get out from behind the bar, to take their drink to the world. And the 38 bartenders that we have here today and tomorrow have truly done that. Can we have a round of applause for our bartenders, please? Many of these bartenders have been working for the last 10 months on the creation, the promotion, and the refinement of their cocktails. It is undoubtedly in the world, and my respect and credit to all the work that they've done, but there can only be one winner, and in 3 days' time, we will have a new Bacardi Legacy champion. This year, we are really going as big as we possibly can, and we're taking Legacy to the world. So beyond Berlin, we've got already, I think, hundreds or thousands of people watching Legacy at home in their home bars. So welcome, enjoy the show. Please leave positive feedback about me, be nice, and enjoy. We also have the infamous Barney toy, who will be hosting little snippets in between. So we've got a really great show coming up for you this year. And we're really proud of what it is our bartenders have done, and we want to share that with the world. But a competition is never a competition without the judgy types. So let me introduce you to our judges today. First, the curious bartender, Mr. Tristan Stevenson. Also extremely curious is our next judge, Mr. Frank Dutour, the 2015 Global Champion. Frank is responsible for a wonderful cocktail known as Le Latin, but most of you probably now know it as the Dirty Daiquiri. It's a drink that's truly traveled the planet over and is delicious, and I'll always have an extra bar spoon of Brian in mine, just FYI. The next judge is potentially the judge that our competitors are most terrified of. Monica Berg is a legend for a start. Originally Himcock, now she'll be found all over the world innovating, creating, sampling. But she delivered the most amazing seminar yesterday, all about the pina colada and just so many different ways of exploring taste. She's a legend. Big round of applause, please, Miss Monica Berg. Our next judge is a global icon, but certainly a superstar here in Germany, Mr. Klaus Sintreiner from Golden Bar in Munich, also author, mentor, and an inspiration for the German bartending community. Klaus. I never know how to announce Mr. Ian Burrell. He's done everything. The only way I think of him is he's like the Forrest Gump of the rum world. He has done everything. He was a rapper, a professional basketball player, but more importantly now, today, he is an inspiration in the rum world. He's always the first to start really exciting conversations about our industry and about our category. We love having you here, Mr. Ian Burrell. Ian always gets extra camera time. So what is it that the bartenders will be judged on? We are really proud that we take the drink beyond the bar. So we have a promotional campaign. And what that is looking for ways that the bartender takes that drink globally. Today, half our bartenders will be competing on a stage here. The other half will be locked in a room with 4 grueling judges being grilled. Do things like guest bartending shifts, pop-ups. They travel. Their drink travels even further. They come up with creative and clever ways of bringing their drink to life, of making it truly live beyond this 1 year of cocktail competition, and will go for many, many years. We'll explain what we're judging throughout the day, but that's part of it. And that will equal a total of 1/3 of the mark for us to find a final 8. The other 2/3 is what you'll see today. We're judging our bartenders on the cocktail and the way they bring it to life. The name, is it something that inspires? Is it something that could stand alongside the daiquiri, mojito, pina colada, or Cuba Libre? Is it a name that has gravitas? Does it take us to a place? Does it make us feel a certain way? We'll be judging them on their story, their inspiration. These bartenders have all spent a lot of time finding what it is within that they want to share with the world. They want to find their own story, their own narration. We have Jennings Stockton Cox and the creation of the daiquiri in a small town near Santiago de Cuba. But after this year, we'll have a new story. And we'll have a new cocktail that lives among the great Bacardi cocktails. We'll also be looking for the way that they make you feel about the drink, the way they present, the way they bring the drink to life for the judges, for the audience, and for those at home. But more importantly, for bartenders around the world. Are we ready for our first competitor? I'm not sure how loud that was at home, but it's early here, so let's try that again. Are we ready for our first competitor? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Vitaly Alekseyev. Vitaly, your time has just begun.
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, dear judges, my name is Vitaly Alekseyev, and I'm here today representing Netherlands and the wonderful Dutchess Bar. I'm here today for one reason, and that's to tell you a story about the big fish. But before we start, I would love to answer one simple question, and that is, what is legacy? And we all heard the stories about the bad times and the struggles of the Bacardi family. And with all my respect to that, today I would love to skip this subject and talk about what legacy is really about. And legacy, for me, is a story of success. It's something you inherit from your ancestors and your predecessors, and something which is going to stay with you for all your life. And when it comes to success, nothing is better than Bacardi. We all know Bacardi is a really successful brand who always brought smiles to our faces. And it was always about a good party. So let's talk about success. And when it comes to success, there's one person I would love to bring forward today, and that is my dearest uncle, who besides being a great fisherman, was a mesmerizing storyteller. I was brought up on these stories. They made me who I am today. They made me imagine. They made me create. I was always hungry for more. And we all know the tall tales of fishermen, and obviously the big fish that go away. Obviously, growing up, I understood they're not entirely true. They're slightly fictional. But that didn't stop me. I was still hungry for more. I was like, come on, tell me some more stories, please. And I'm pretty sure amongst the Bacardi family, they had some great storytellers as well. Let's put it this way. How good does the story about a bat has to be in order to make it all the way here, to make it on the logo of this wonderful brand we see now? And that's why there's no other rum I could have used today to honor my uncle, but the big fish of Bacardi. And that, ladies and gentlemen, being Bacardi 8 años. And obviously with time, I understood that my uncle is the big fish of our family. It's not about the cash, it was about the person, about the story behind it. And you can ask me, why is Bacardi 8 the big fish? Due to one small reason. The first bottling of this rum was released in 1995, and it came in a beautiful crystal decanter, as the one you see in the picture here. And it had a sherry cask finish. Besides that, it was only available for the subscribers of a cigar magazine. So, pretty much only for the big fish. To honor the original bottling, I want to serve my drink in a beautiful coaster glassware, and add sherry and sherry cask, and add that extra feeling of luxury for the person drinking it. And of course, my drink won't be complete without a touch of my uncle's favorite drink. And that was as simple as rum mixed up with tea. Well, my uncle wasn't a bartender. He didn't know it was a famous Navy-style drink called the gunpowder. And for him, it was mainly a cheeky way of getting drunk during a fishing trip without his wife noticing. So at this point, I would love to add my Earl Grey syrup. And standing behind the bar, I understood that this is my legacy. This is something I inherited from my uncle, and that is being a storyteller. I don't just make drinks, I tell stories. My stories are slightly different to my uncle's. I talk about alcohol, but the idea is still the same. I make people imagine what the drink is going to be like. I make them thirsty, I make them go crazy. And to be honest, Bacardi Legacy itself, it's not just a drinks competition. It's also a competition of the world's best storytellers. And put it this way, right now in this audience, we have the world's best storytellers with all kinds of different stories. Each one of them is unique. And to be honest, bartenders are nowadays storytellers, authors, poets, novelists. Guys, you're all great. You have some great stories. And nothing would make my uncle more proud than the fact that his legacy lives on through my drinks and through my stories. And a really simple question. How do you catch a big fish? Well, I'm not sure how many fishermen are amongst us in the audience right now. Normally, you use fishing bait. Something like this, for example. But the second question is, how do you make a guest try a cocktail? Well, first of all, you lure with a great story. Second, you use beautiful glassware. And last, but not least, you use an appropriate garnish, which in this case, I really want my garnish to resemble a fishing bait, to guide you towards new drinks and new stories. And like my close friend used to tell, a good drink is pretty much like a good story. It's meant to be enjoyed over and over again. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Vitaly. This is my legacy. I am the storyteller. And this is the big fish. Thank you.
No, wow, what a way to start the day. What a day to start the legacy competition. Incredible. When you decided that you were going to do this drink, what drew you to this idea of using Bacardi 8 and then the big fish?
I do believe it's sorry. It probably started from a whole idea of me loving this rum, and I didn't really want to change it too much. I still wanted to have those predominant flavors of the cherry and butterscotch and vanilla. So I didn't want to mask it in anything. But I wanted it to be slightly more accessible for the general public. I didn't want to make an old-fashioned drink. So that's why the sherry vinegar came in handy and kind of brought it all together. And I really hope it tastes like the original bottling.
Mate, I'm looking forward to trying it again today. Another big round of applause, please, for Vitaly.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
So this is the first year that the Legacy family of rums has grown. So the first year it was Bacardi Carta Blanca, and then we introduced Bacardi Carta Oro to the Legacy cocktail competition. And this year we have Ocho. Yeah. So last night plenty of Ocho was consumed responsibly amongst our guests, but it really is a favorite rum of bartenders, and you'll see some wonderful drinks made with Ocho today. Throughout, we'll be filming, as you can see, and lots of people at home are already watching. But if you want to share this with the world, we're streaming on the Bacardi Legacy Facebook page, or you can go to some of our partners, Cocktail Lovers. Also, Difford's Guide are streaming the feed live. And we've got our brothers and sisters from China who are also streaming across, I think, 8 different social media platforms. You guys are crazy. But welcome, China. So, throughout, talk amongst yourselves, and in a few minutes, when the judges are ready, I'll introduce our next competitor.
Hey everyone, so we're here with Vitaly from the Netherlands, who's just up first. So tell us, what was it like being the first guy on stage 2017?
Well, I kind of felt as an advantage for us because you had to set up the standards. Yet really stressful. Couldn't help the shakes, but they're always there. But once you go on stage, to be honest, once you see the faces, you can see that people are supporting you, you can see the judges, you can see people smiling, and that's when you got the whole story in front of you.
Yeah, amazing. So how are you feeling now you've come off? Do you feel like you've just done the job?
I feel relieved. I feel pretty happy.
Awesome. So you've got like a couple more people on now, so are you ready for marketing next?
Yeah, indeed.
Which is tomorrow?
Yeah, been doing it for 5 months, so definitely ready for marketing.
Cool. So what's everyone else getting ready for then? How's the stage? How's the feeling backstage with the rest of the competitors? Is everyone friendly, or is everyone like super like keeping to themselves?
Well, everybody's incredibly friendly.
Right. Cheers, guys. Thank you. So stay tuned, guys. We'll keep bringing.
Hello, everyone. My name is António, and it's truly a great pleasure to be here representing Curfew Cocktail Bar, Copenhagen, and Denmark in this amazing competition. Today, I'm here to present to you my legacy drink, El Obsequio. El Obsequio means in Spanish, the gift, but it can also mean a gesture of gratitude. So, I'm sorry guys, I'm a little bit nervous, apologize. I want to tell you about something. I want to ask you if you've ever been to Curfew Cocktail Bar before. Maybe some haven't, I'll tell you. It's a beautiful bar. It's actually kind of like a little museum. It gathers an outstanding collection of antique bar tools and artifacts. One day, I was just searching around these artifacts and I came across this beautiful small glass bottle that sat in the front, Obsequio del Bacardi. Upon asking Umberto, my mentor, he explained me the whole story about this bottle. He explained to me that this used to be an old perfume bottle created by the Bacardi family back in the year of 1888. In fact, I have this bottle with me. Yeah. So they used to fill up these bottles with perfume, and they would give them away to every single one that was there from the beginning and believed in the Bacardi project. Of course, I would need to inspire myself in this bottle and do a cocktail with it. I felt really attached with their gesture because a company that would do something like this demonstrates a strong set of values that I feel resonate with my own. Values such as care, integrity, courtesy, and grace were embodied in that beautiful small bottle of perfume, and I want to embody the same set of values in my legacy drink, El Obsequio. Shall we start with the drink, ladies and gentlemen? So, of course, I will need to get inspired in this beautiful perfume bottle, and for that, I start researching upon ingredients for that time and place and botanicals that would be used. I came across this very unique aromatic flower called mimosa. Mimosa flowers are very characteristic from Southern Europe. And I came across doing aromatic syrup, 2-to-1 parts, and I'm using 20 mils per cocktail of it. To bring some freshness and balance the sweet notes, I call for fresh lime juice. And then, I don't know about you, but I'm quite picky on my cocktails and my perfumes as well. So, for me, every perfume should have some complexity and a hint of spice. For that, I called for an aromatized wine, in this case, Coque Americano, and I'm using 15 ml per cocktail. That will bring the extra bittersweet complexity and some spicy notes that we need. Last, but certainly not least, if El Obsequio was all about being being grateful to the ones that were there from the beginning, we must go back to the beginning. And that, ladies and gentlemen, lays here. Bacardi Carta Blanca. This is where it all began. And because of that, this is the true spirit of El Obsequio. I call for 60 ml per cocktail, and as the original intentions of Mr. Facundo is perfect for mixing and blending together all these beautiful aromas in beautiful harmony. Let's give it a shake now. Are you guys with me or what? Let's give it a proper dilution. What any other way to serve El Obsequio, the gift itself, other than wrapped in paper as a gift? It's beautiful. So, to perpetuate my legacy, the perfume inspired the cocktail. Now the cocktail inspires the perfume. How do we do that? Bringing back to life this perfume with the El Obsequio Virgin 2017. You judges have a small little tester bottle with you. You can take it, spray it, and let's enjoy this beautiful experience together. Thank you so much for your time. This is my gift to you, El Obsequio. Really hope you like it. Oh, sweetie. There you have it.
Woo! Okay, we've got some happy bartenders so far. Well done, brother. Legacy's really seen bartenders get away from the bar and explore different industries for inspiration. But as far as this week goes, and your time here in Berlin, what's been the standout? What's been your most favorite thing that you've experienced here for Legacy?
I mean, I'm sorry, yes. I mean, this is such a unique experience. As everyone has been telling me, I feel already as a winner. I feel as a winner already myself, because no one could ever provide me such an amazing experience to meet all you guys, people that I always followed through my career, small career, but I always follow, and people from other industries like Ruby yesterday. Really great presentation. But any others, a lot of others, like Ian with the Tai Chi and beautiful. All of you guys are such an amazing peers, and that makes me just work hard every day and try to be better to kind of get on your level. So thank you so much, guys, for doing such a great job for our industry.
So over the past few days, one of the great parts of Legacy is we want the bartenders who come to experience Legacy to walk away with new skills, new knowledge, obviously networking with other bartenders. And the seminars this year were inspired by the senses. So Bacardi and music just go hand in hand. Drinking Bacardi cocktails and listening to tropical beats just kind of makes sense, right? Nothing better than drinking a pina colada, sitting on a beach with island tropical music playing in the background. We also have seminars on taste with Monica, aroma, with Buenos seminar. All I'll say is some things can't be unseen, but we had a great night anyway. In a few minutes, we'll introduce our next competitor, all the way from Australia. a really warm welcome for our next competitor from Australia, Mr. Dave Kerr.
So I was pretty okay with being third until last night we went to a beautiful cabaret joint and I realised that I wasn't going to be the most flamboyant or fabulous Australian to present this week. Very disappointing. Thank you, Ruben. So, look, I've been accused of a lot of things. Being blunt is potentially one of them, but being inauthentic certainly is not. So I'm not going to come up here and tell you that my drink inhabits the soul of a dead palm tree in Cuba. I'm going to give you a very, very authentic story about how I think my brand, over the last 15 years of my career, me, capital of Australia, I learned to bartend in a terrible nightclub. It stunk of smoke, the pay was awful. But I remember the first time I served a drink in that nightclub was the most exhilarating thing that ever happened. Adrenaline surges through you, and I got to a point where I realised this is the thing that I'm going to do until I can't do it any longer. And incidentally, the first thing I served was none other than a Bacardi Breezer. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with the Bacardi, it was the coolest bottled cocktail before the resurgence of them becoming cool again. It was so innovative, so ahead of it. A little bit like what I'm trying to draw these two things together with a very, very loose analogy here. I've been on an upward trajectory. It's an exciting time. Eximo, Exquisito, these incredibly amazing premium rums that show off the strength of the distillery and the blenders are coming out now. And I, hopefully, am on a similar trajectory to making slightly better drinks than I did back in 2002, 15 years ago. So, what I wanted to do was to start with these fun, bright, bold, exciting flavours that came out of the Breezer. And I thought, you know what, strawberry, maybe it's a little bit passé. And then I remember vividly my 3-year-old eating a strawberry for the first time and looking at her face grimace and squirm. And you remember that strawberry isn't a sweet flavour. It's a little bit citric, it's tart, it's acidic, and it's incredibly complex. And I thought, actually, this is going to be a pretty good starting base. So I then went, okay, what's the obvious choice to match that with a citrus? Well, it's obviously going to be lemon, yeah? A little bit too sharp on the lime. So we're going to start with strawberry. And then we're going to go to lemon. Now, I thought, all right, sweetener, I could go with sugar. boring. And agave, I really think, has that great richness that you get from maple, that you get from honey, without having an overpowering sort of effect on the taste. So, agave. Now, good on you, Dave. You've made a strawberry daiquiri, okay? So, from here, I thought, I've got to take it up a notch. And I really wanted to use an oil, and I knew that olive oil's probably not going to work. The nut oils just weren't going to pair well. And as it so happened, the oil du jour for vegan mums in Australia just happened to be coconut oil, and it started to become readily available in supermarkets. So, it solved the answer. Now, what I've done is added a little bit of coconut oil, about 10 mils per drink, and that's given me the ability to have this really subtle undercurrent of coconut, but really what we're chasing with this is the mouthfeel. Absolutely incredible. So, from here, the rum, the obvious champion. Ocho is a premium offering. It's the most premium offering that we can use in the context of this competition, and that's why I've gone for it. So, 30 mils, 2 at a time. As I was doing this, I thought, you know what? I love this rum. It's big, it's bold. It's everything from the barrel aging process that it should be in a rum and nothing that it shouldn't be. But in this drink, it sort of took over a little bit, and I thought, you know what? Maybe I can sort of balance it out with my friend Bacardi Casablanca. Now, I love this. Column distilled, charcoal filtered. It's everything you love about a white rum. It's a market leader for so many obvious reasons. It also brings the average age of the rums down a little bit. And as a bar owner, it also means I get better profit margin, and during the promotional campaign, I can sell twice as many bottles. But, side note. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shake this drink with this double frozen German hard ice. Thank God I've got 245 to break down this ice monstrosity. A credit to the German people. Oh, God. All right, 220, there we go. Tins came apart. Nothing else can go wrong from this point. Yep, that's the drink. All right, so, shall we? Now, the Viento is what I called this drink. And watching GN's presentation last year, where he was gifted the name of his drink by a Spanish man at a distillery, I just went on Google Translate. Told you I was blunt. I was messing around with cold pressed strawberry juice, and that's how I get this beautiful, lovely texture out of the strawberries, by cold pressing them. Obviously, in markets when strawberries went out of season, I used Boa and puree to absolutely great effect as well. Now, as I've used cold pressed strawberries today, beautiful in Berlin, strawberries are very nice and ripe. I've used the heads as the garnish. Now, a lot of people are like, no, that's a stupid garnish. Why are you putting waste in the drink? Well, just ask my mate Ian Griffiths and he'll tell you that it's on trend and cool. So, little strawberry head in there, waste not, want not. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Viento.
The coolest strawberry breezer you're ever going to see. Mate, that was awesome. Now, before you came out, we were having a chat, and I'm a Kiwi, and sometimes standing beside the big brother, Australia, it's hard for us to say nice things. But one of the great things about the Australian bar community is it really is one of the global leaders, with both Melbourne and Sydney as two of the most impactful cocktail cities on the planet. Why is that?
I think it's got a lot to do with the fact that we get a lot of travelling bartenders, so people kind of go there on the gap year, they spend a year there. So we get a lot of that knowledge. We get people then going back to London or going to New York, sometimes with visa restrictions. London's probably more likely. But I think what happens is then we're also isolated. So we're getting this sharing of knowledge. It's incredibly multicultural, but being isolated, we're forced to do things. And I think New Zealand particularly as well, forced to come up with these really great ideas and develop independently. I mean, Europe is is where it is, but we're stuck in the middle of nowhere 25 hours away, so we come up with our own stuff.
Another round of applause for this man. Well done.
Thanks, mate.
Now, if one of these drinks, or I'm sure many of these drinks are appealing to you, you can find these recipes. There's a few of our partners, so Difford's Guide has all of the recipes for this year's Bacardi Legacy finalists. But also, if it... And you can... all to be found there. And we shall be back with our fourth competitor shortly.
Hey guys, so we're here with Dave Kerr after an amazing performance on stage. I think truly you left everything up on stage just then, man. Like, how was it?
I literally left absolutely everything on stage. I just went full tilt Aussie. I hope the German audience interpreted everything as they should have, but hopefully there was enough of a multicultural spread across the judges that it all got in there.
Sure. I mean, like, watching that, I was looking if I snuck out front stage to watch that, and it seemed pretty flawless. Like, did it go to plan? Is everything like, say what you want when you wanted it?
Yeah, pretty much. Just the old shakes. Sometimes they sneak in, and you swear to yourself they're not going to, and they just really sneak up on you, don't they? But we got there.
Nice. So is like Bacardi Legacy standing on stage globally? Is it everything you thought it was going to be? Was it more intense? Was it more chilled? What was it?
It was a little bit more chilled. You know, you build it up in your head for so long, and then you get out there and you're you. And it's just you, and it happens, and it flows, and now I'm off, and it's done. Thank God.
I must ask, though, is that actually true how you named your drink? You Googled Breezer?
Yeah, 100%.
Epic. Awesome, bro. Hey, man, good luck with the rest of the week. Absolutely solid performance, man. Cheers. Stay tuned, guys. We're going to have someone else in the next couple of minutes. We're going to keep talking to people, so, yeah, stay tuned. Cheers.
bartenders, and we've had an Australian. Our next bartender comes from one of our spiritual homes from Mexico, where we have produced rum for many, many years, where we have some of our greatest maestros. One of those greatest maestros, Don Pepe, is sitting there. Can we have a round of applause for the passionate craftsmen that create these rums? When I first met Don Pepe, I learnt that Bacardi doesn't actually have a recipe, and I thought that was, well, bananas. But what they do is they blend to a style, and they blend through their skill, their experience, their expertise to create these flavor profiles that bartenders love to use, and we're really proud to use. So thank you, Don Pepe, for your wonderful work over many, many years. So from Mexico, our next competitor, please a really big Berlin welcome for Jorge Landeros.
It's not that expat. So we all know the value of sticking together, but you know, some people forget. In 2017, some people still say we are better isolated. Crazy, right? Each country to fend for its own. Yen Chan, last year you reminded us that only united venceremos. This year, I bring you that union. I am Jorge Landeros, and I represent the 50 Mills Bar in Mexico City. I present to you my legacy, Unión. A drink that embraces Mexican hospitality. Mi casa es tu casa. So let's make this union happen. Most people consider Latinos have a sweet tooth, but we are not only sweet, we are spicy, acidic. That is how we scoop with life. We start with Mexican lime juice, 25 milliliters. The sour flavor of a love song by mariachi. You like a mariachi? Yeah. Now, incoming foreign guest, maple syrup, 20 milliliters. From a respectful and diplomatic country like Canada. Perfect. Pineapple juice, 50 mils. Latino freshness. Perfect balance of acidity and sweetness. Perfect. Estrega liquor, another foreigner, 15 milliliters. Is herbal, fresh, Travian. Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest of honor, Bacardi Carta Blanca, 60 milliliters. He's the friend that keeps the group together. It is also the first distilled spirit and activated carbon. Perfect. This is Unión. Perfect. Now, my legacy. I started with little money, but that did not stop me. Because you know who else had little money? Don Facundo. With only 3,500 pesos cubanos, he bought the first distillery. And look at us now. I start our simple, frozen pops of Unión. One day, I arrived my home, my pops not there. Who took them? My mom and sister sold it in places like Mercado Roma. Something I never imagined. Mexican women, they always know best. We also enjoy around delicious meal Unión with chefs like Marta Ortiz, Miquel Alonso. Creativity lives to Unión. But why choose Unión as my legacy? We are a global community. Half my family lives in the US. According to the United Nations, 244 million people around the world are migrants. So basically, the world is home to all. Today, we get together to present drinks from all around the world with one thing in common, Bacardi. That, amigos, is Unión. So let's shake it. We Mexicans like to shake things up. Woo! Woo, woo! And to highlight our flavors, citrus salt. Me siento en casa. Me siento en casa. A tiny bit of history. caña. Let's toast to this union, because together we are better. Salud, unión.
So we have quite a strong Mexican team in the audience here. Can we get another round of applause? A really shy, reserved group of people I've found. So we are watching this all over the world. Is there anything you'd like to say to your family and friends back in Mexico City?
Que los amo, que los extraño, que vamos para allá. ¿Estamos bien? ¡Viva México!
Mexico City has certainly become one of the really interesting cocktail capitals in the world. We have some fantastic bars, and if you do get a chance to go, definitely go check out 50 Mills. It's a wonderful, beautiful cocktail bar and a wonderful hotel. There's also the Limontours and some other spectacular venues that are so accommodating and welcoming. We only have one competitor left in this first session of the day, and then we'll take a small break before we bring on a new host and we bring on another 5 competitors. So we'll be back with you shortly. Judges, we ready? Yeah? Okay. The next competitor comes from one of the most successful Bacardi legacy nations. He's a Frenchman from Paris. He's a wonderful human and remarkably humorous. He asked me to introduce him as handsome Nico, but I refuse. So please, a big round of applause for Nico Munoz.
Don't start me now because I'm not ready yet, but this is not my song.
Keep going.
My song was actually Gwen Stefani, Hollaback Girl. You know, there's a time on the song when she's like, that shit's bananas, bae. That was what was planned. Thank you, guys. We'll make it without. How are you guys doing today? Yeah? That's me.
Nico, your time has to start now.
Oh, no, please don't. Please don't. Hey, everyone. My name is Nicolas Munoz. I come from Marseille, in the south of France, and I work in Paris, and I'm proud. Oh yes, I'm proud to be here today to present you my Bacardi legacy cocktail, Let's Go Bananas. I'd like to start my presentation by saying thank you. Thank you, Bacardi, for organizing this competition. Thank you, the jury that are here today. And thank you all that are here today, even though you could be more than that, whether you are other contenders, cocktails enthusiasts, or just here to stand for someone in particular. Because at the end of the day, we are all part of the same family here, the Bacardi one. When I decided to enter this competition, I really wanted to create a cocktail that would be fun. Fun, easy to drink, easy to make, with produce easy to source all year long. My cocktail would have to enhance the inner qualities of Bacardi Casablanca, and it would have to be linked with Bacardi, its symbols, values, and what they all represent. When we take this bottle of Bacardi Casablanca, what do we see? We see a lot of things. We know there's deliciousness inside, but we mainly see a bat. What is the bat? The bat is a symbol. It's a symbol of health, luck, and family unity. So for the health, I decided to use a fresh banana, because with a fresh banana, you get one of the 5 fruits you need a day to be strong and healthy. I put 15 grams per cocktail in my shaker, and I muddled it gently to make it drinkable. Yeah, fresh fruits. I'm also using pastis, because pastis, apart from coming from Marseille, is also made up of all the botanicals my grandmother Louisette used to put in her own medicine, and well, she's still around, so I guess it's working. I put 1 bar spoon per cocktail, 1/2 a bar spoon per cocktail, sorry. And of course, the star of the show, Bacardi Casablanca, because we all know this famous saying, a Bacardi a day keeps the doctor away. Therefore, I'm giving it a generous amount of 60 ml per. And I really, really believe that by doing things right, you create your own luck. Whether we are talking about blood family or family you choose, and I'm looking at all of you guys today, one thing comes to my mind: sharing, le partage. With the notion of sharing, I wanted to give some aperitif notes to my cocktail. Because where I come from, aperitif means sharing. And where I come from, we share the same values as Bacardi about the family unity. That's why I'm using another product from my birthplace, which is French dry vermouth. And I'm giving it 30 mils per. There we go. I'm balancing everything out with a bit of simple syrup, 15 mils per. And some vitamins, lime juice, 20 mils per. And all these values to me can and have to be promoted through fun. Why fun? Because, thank you, because fun is the best way to pay tribute to a history, to a legacy. And because fun is rooted in Bacardi history. And when Prohibition occurred in the US, Bacardi had just opened a bottling plant in New York. You can have a look if you want. But it should have been a financial blow. It should have been a disaster, but they turned it into an opportunity. They were sending postcards to the US telling them, come to us, Americans, fly to Cuba and bathe in Bacardi rum. And if my cocktail existed at the time, there would have been one postcard saying, come over here and let's go bananas. This cocktail is my legacy, but it's also my tribute to this time Bacardi made it through fun. Sorry, fate, you picked the wrong family. And, bananas. Why bananas? Because bananas are fun, they are sweet, they are delicious. Everybody likes them. Look. Yeah, that's a bat eating a banana, which is surprisingly cute. I always serve my cocktail in a coupe glass. Because when I picture the party of my dreams, I see you guys sharing and cheering a coupe glass in your hand, having the time of your lives. I'll stop here. It's time. Yes. I forgot to garnish my cocktails, which is a bad thing, because this is a snack. And snacks are good. It's a dehydrated banana. I'll actually stop here. This is my legacy. My name is Nicolas Munoz, representing France. Let's go bananas. Cheers.
Well done, and that's the best use of a brand ambassador today.
Mwah. Thank you.
Well done. So, there must be extra pressure on you this year. Coming from such a successful legacy nation.
Yeah.
How did you deal with it? How did you, do you think you could win it? Do you think you could be the next slightly hairier Frontier?
I don't think I would be standing here if I didn't think so. I mean, if I didn't hope so. And yes, there's a lot of pressure because our country is being watched. But also, I'm so lucky because I have these guys that can... And that's great. No, it's like, yes, pressure, and we are being watched, which is great. I love being watched.
Please, another round of applause for Nico. Handsome Nico.
No.
All right, well, that brings us to the end of our first set. We have another, mathematics would tell me, 14 bartenders left today. So have a break, and if you're at home watching the live feed, I know there's more stuff to happen during the break. So we shall see you all shortly. Ciao.
At Bacardi Legacy, it's all about making a drink that's going to stand the test of time. And to do that, you need the right ingredients.
People are having so much more passion for the craft of cocktail making. Everybody takes so much time, care and passion with the making of their ingredients.
I use the Oro just to get that beautiful spice and just to carry it right through the pineapple.
In my cocktail I use a homemade grenadine.
Uncooked pineapple syrup, you can do it at home in your kitchen really easily. All you need is hot water, pineapple juice and sugar.
Because I come from Taiwan, and in Taiwan we do have the traditional black tea. The taste is just like that.
There's art, there's science, there's history, there's all kinds of things, and geography that comes into it, because we're seeing much more use of indigenous ingredients, and it makes the whole thing very, very exciting.
I'm judging the semi-finals. It's very interesting because you meet a lot of amazing bartenders and you get to see their personalities, both through what they present, but also through what they serve you in the cocktail. At the semi-finals, we judged 19 drinks a day. So basically it's a 6.5-hour session.
Participants have to create a unique cocktail, and they're going to get judged not only on their performance on the stage and how great the drink tastes, they're going to get judged on the inspiration, the name, they're going to get judged on how they've established it in the industry, whether consumers are asking for it, whether bars are willing to sell it. It's the awareness of the drink on social media, in traditional media. It's quite a holistic package, and actually it's all about establishing not a drink, but a legacy into the future.
Okay guys, so we're in the safe zone, as I'm calling it now, where there's like no judgment at all here. And we've got Dickie Cullimore back again. Sorry, got technical difficulties there. So we're 5 competitors in.
Yeah, 14 to go, I guess. It's absolutely insane out there. Like, the crowd is really warm. They're really, really vocal and wanting the competitors to do well. But 5 performances, I don't think there's a lot separating them. Just so confident, so charming, and I think their stories are all pretty badass. Like, I don't think I was expecting 5 bartenders just to smash it.
I mean, I was talking to competitors backstage saying I'm glad I'm not competing this year because I would not have a shot at all, I don't think. But I think what you noticed is 5 completely different styles, presentations, 5 completely different people.
And yeah, I mean, Dave Kerr is, he's Australian for a start, so he's, he comes out as an Australian and just authentic and real. And then Nico, I mean, I didn't know that that French bartenders were so funny. I mean, I've worked with Mark and I've worked with Franck, and then Nico is just, he's hilarious. And Jorge, he came out and he was just so charming and charismatic, and you saw him shaking with his little Latin beat. It's awesome. Then Vitaly gets to come out feeling like it might have been a cold crowd, but they loved him. Or Jim, as he likes to be known. And then António, just that perfume inspiration. I've never seen the bottle, and I'm glad I'm not judging as well.
Yeah.
That'd be tough.
I mean, speaking about the judges right now, like what are they actually looking for? Because we spoke to a couple of people that have judged in the past, but what are they actually judging right now?
So there's 2 parts, right? Part 1 is the obvious, that's the drink. And that's the part is the inspiration. So is it a name that takes you somewhere? Is it a name that makes you feel a certain way? Like the daiquiri or mojito, or even better, pina colada. I mean, pina colada takes you straight to a beach. So these drinks are doing that.
the inspiration. Like, you know what, you can have a great drink, but if it doesn't have a great story, it's kind of hard for that drink to fly. I mean, you did pretty well with Pan Am. I mean, that drink is still flying. It's crazy.
Yeah, so, I mean, we're 5 in. We've got, what are the next guys? I mean, the bar's already been, like you said, it's been set pretty high. So...
Yeah, I'm really glad that I'm not competing. Well, A, because I'm too old, and B, nowhere near as talented as these bartenders now. Yeah. The skills that they have is incredible. I think we'll see more of the same. I think we'll see another 5 great bartenders who are here to put their own imprint on Bacardi Legacy. They're here to do their thing and to make it their competition.
Yeah, awesome. Cool, man. Well, thanks for taking time to come and have a chat in the safe zone, or the safe space, whatever.
It feels very well, apart from that.
Apart from the shop, plants, yeah, cool. Anyway, guys, stay tuned. We're going to be coming back live with the next set of competitors. We're just on a little break now. So cheers.